let's get into some fun awards, some
Yeah, let's hear him,
silly
Hen.
awards,
Let's hear him, dude.
some silly. You mentioned him. Let's start here. The High on Your Own Supply Award. The two finalists I have are Pat Riley and Masai Ujiri. Pat Riley, very prideful when it came to
Clap
the
it up.
Jimmy Butler situation. Congratulations, Pat Riley. You are in the 9-10 game. Awesome.
Good
Congrats.
job.
So
Good job,
happy
Pat.
for you.
Good work, dude.
Great job. And then Masai Ujiri with the Raptors, he's just going to pay into the luxury tax into the first apron to have zero top 50 players on his team. Okay, man. I guess I'll trust the process. I like a lot of their players. I don't like how they're building their team. I think Emmanuel quickly has been a little bit disrespected, overpaid, but he disrespected. I still think Scotty Barnes is good, even though he can't shoot. I still think Brandon Ingram is good. I like the rookie that they got, Jonathan Mobo, Grady Dick. I think they've got good players. What's the end goal if you're just going to have a bunch of pretty good role players and pay into the first apron? That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Makes no sense. Makes no sense.
But the winner, of course, Pat Riley for being perhaps the most stubborn, headstrong person associated with basketball in the history of the entire league. So congratulations
I thought
to
it'd be
Pat
Masai
Riley.
Ujiri. At least Pat Riley's done some things. Masai Ujiri is only considered a good executive because Kawhi Leonard made a pit stop. Sorry.
All right. Let's go to this one. My next award is the I am going to look back on this season and really, really, really wish that you didn't get hurt award. The finalists, Chet Holmgren, who I really think could have pushed for an all NBA team if he played this whole year. I think he's been very good. His offense has taken some steps back, but I still think Chet's incredible. Anthony Davis, a part of me after that Lakers trade really wanted to see AD just go absolutely fucking nuclear for the Mavericks because I love AD and I've always loved AD. Fortunately, hurt himself game one after putting on maybe the most impressive half I've seen all season. And then, of course, the victor himself, Wembanyama.
Of course.
Of course, I had to give it to him.
Wemby.
He probably would have been first team All NBA if he played enough games. He probably would have been. And he still led the NBA in total blocks, playing 46 games.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Now, yes, guys like Chet Holmgren and Anthony Davis did get hurt. They probably would have caught up to him, but still, 46 games leading the league in blocks. Pretty remarkable. Pretty remarkable.
I agree.
Next award, the New Orleans Saints Award for most forgettable team in the NBA this season, because the Saints have been forgettable in the NFL forever. The nominees are the Utah Jazz, who the fuck knows what they're doing. The Portland Trailblazers, after trading Damian Lillard, they have some good young pieces, but as I said on a TikTok or a previous episode, I'm just not watching any of their games. They're on at 10:30 every single fucking night. No, thank you. And the Brooklyn Nets. And the winner is the Brooklyn Nets, everyone. With the Utah Jazz, it was kind of like, oh, they're tanking for flag. Not interesting, but not interesting in a way that you cared about. You know how people say the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference? The Brooklyn Nets were just the most indifferent team all season. Like, yeah, they got some pieces. They got some guys who are okay. Traded Dorian Finney-Smith. They got a decent coach, maybe. Perhaps the team I watched the least this season. Unfortunately, that's mostly just because I can't watch the Nets on League Pass because they're blacked out here in New York. So congratulations, Brooklyn Nets. Most Forgettable Team Award. Next award, the Principal's Office Award for most meetings with Commissioner Silver. Last year's reigning champion, Draymond Green, he did not put up the fight this year that I expected. I thought Draymond Green would have really battled for this one. Unfortunately, another nominee, Anthony Edwards, for his many, many technical fouls. He got one rescinded at the end of the year, so Anthony Edwards. But reclaiming his crown after winning it in 2023, we've got Mr. Grenade himself, Ja Morant. What a comeback story. He won the Principal's Office Award in 2023 after all his... Jesus Christ, man. You're just pantomiming guns and grenades.
I'm just doing what he does.
Yeah, I was disappointed. Draymond was actually on his best behavior this year. I really thought Draymond was going to put up a good fight for this award. But Anthony Edwards, that was an impressive showing. I didn't know he had it in him.
Well, Anthony Edwards does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's not doing it at the games. So
Speaking of the Elon Musk Award for most children that they do not have a relationship with, Anthony Edwards, come on down.
wow, that's oh my god.
Anthony Edwards, come on
Oh,
down, my man.
Uh-oh. Do you have the opposite, the Father of the Year award, and give it to Jason Tatum?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'll give that out.
I'm not
Jason
as
Tatum,
into
everybody. Oh, yeah, round of applause.
That's your one made up award.
Yeah.
In comparison to my Anthony Edwards award. Most likely to be nominated for a Trump cabinet position award. We have, of course, a nominee every year, Jonathan Isaac.
Every year.
Although he basically was out of the spotlight this year. He was playing like 8 to 10 minutes a game, kind of every game for the Magic. He wasn't really
the Henry
doing much.
curse. Yeah, Henry.
I cursed him.
Players. Yeah, one of your favorite players.
I cursed him. We have Kevin Porter Jr., who actually might be a little bit too qualified for the Trump cabinet, I would say.
That's true.
Doesn't have enough domestic violence issues, though. He needs to up those numbers if he wants to get nominated. And then lastly, and the winner, we have Mr. Vax Skeptical himself, Kyle Kuzma, newest member of the Milwaukee Bucks. Big fan of RFK. I could totally see him perhaps getting an undersecretary role in the Trump administration, given his connections in D.C., of course, playing for the Wizards for several years. So congratulations, Kyle Kuzma. You are the most likely to be nominated for a Trump cabinet position player. This one's less of a joke. The 2018 LeBron James Memorial Award for biggest carry job in the NBA. I want to give a quick shout out to Cade Cunningham, what he has done this year with the Detroit Pistons. But this was a blowout. Nikola Jokic, of course, carrying the raggedy group of Denver Nuggets with a couple of good players, no bench, and a fired coach to 50 wins. Nikola Jokic. Is
runner-up
this the
has
best
to be
carry?
Giannis, by the way. Giannis has to be the runner-up for that one.
Yeah, I get. But I thought Dame was playing very well for most of the year until he got hurt, and Giannis really picked it up at the end. But is this Jokic season the biggest carry job since 2018 LeBron? It might be. Now, Jokic's team is actually a lot better than LeBron's team was, but LeBron's team was also in a way weaker conference, so I think that kind of evens it out. Like all of the starters on Jokic's team is definitely, they're all better than anyone LeBron had on their team, on his team, but unfortunately the West is just so stacked. So congratulations, Jokic. Next award, the 2023 San Antonio Spurs Award for the team that desperately needs the number one overall pick. The nominees are the Utah Jazz, the Charlotte Hornets, and the Washington Wizards. The award goes to the Utah Jazz. Congratulations, Utah Jazz. The Wizards have a couple of nice young pieces. I think Sarr's been pretty good. Bub Carrington, Keyshawn George. Jordan Poole's looking like a guy again. They got adults in the room with Marcus Smart and Chris Middleton. Washington's got something. They're not going to be as bad next year as they've been in the past. I have no idea what Utah is cooking. No clue. Haven't the faintest clue. Yes.
May I?
Yes.
Utah's going to tank again next year and try to get Utah's finest, Mr.
Yes.
AJ DeBansta. So they
Well,
might
so
be
that's what
playing
I'm
the long game.
That's what I'm trying to say here, though, is that, yes, I'm sure that is the apple that they have their eyes on. But how many years can they continue to be this fucking shitty? How many years can they tell their fans, like, oh, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry? They've been irrelevant for 3 straight years now, and they don't have any good young players. Cody Williams sucks. Isaiah Collier sucks. Kyle Filipowski, he's something. He's maybe something, but still, like, they don't have any good young players. They don't have any.
No, I
they
agree.
don't have much promise.
I agree. I think Washington might be worse, though. Washington is somehow darker than all of it because that is an indifferent basketball team. They are just, that is Azkaban. That is where you send players to die. Is
I will
Washington.
argue, I do think the additions of Smart and Middleton, and honestly just getting that buffoon Kyle Kuzma out of the room, I think that increased the overall vibes of the team.
It does help, when you have some known players. If you put a gun to my head, I could name maybe 4 people on the Utah Jazz right now. So I guess And everyone's like, oh, Will Hardy's such a good coach. Well, he's not really being dealt a good hand. Anyways.
Next award, the 2011 Philadelphia Eagles Award for most disappointing season. Oh my God, it's a tie. The Philadelphia 76ers and the Phoenix Suns. Congratulations.
Congrats, boys.
You guys win the 2011 Philadelphia Eagles Award for most disappointing year. Remember that team, the Dream Team, as Vince Young coined them, with Nnamdi Asomugha and Kevin Cobb and Michael Vick and everyone? That was interesting. That was an interesting team.
It's a weird ride.
I think they went 8-8. Congratulations, Philadelphia and Phoenix. One of you fired your coach. The other one might be on the out sometime soon. Second to last award I have here, the Luka Doncic just got traded award to the Luka Doncic trade. Luka Doncic getting traded. Congratulations, everyone involved. Nico Harrison, Rob Pelinka, come on down. You know, I don't know if this is an award that I'm going to give out next year, the Luka Doncic trade award for the Luka Doncic trade, unless the Lakers make a mistake. I think that's a one-time award. But lastly, the First Take Award for the most unnecessarily discussed storyline. This was the poll sitter all year long. Bronny James, of course. What else could it be? Oh, Bronny scored 6 in the G League. He stinks. Bronny scored 33 in the G League. He's him. Did you see Bronny punch Stephen A in the face? Oh, did you see Bronny with his layup? Ooh, tough. It was, I wish I could put into words how stupid it was.
You gotta follow more guys that don't talk about LeBron all the time, like I do. Like, you're seeing too much Nick Wright content. You're seeing too much. Online,
it's ESPN. It's Sports Center.
Well,
I will say that is actually not true, because the medium with which I see most of my Bronny James content is Instagram, and it's the Bleacher Report, it's House of Highlights, and it's ESPN, and it's Sports Center, and it's tap in for Big Perk's take on Bronny James's great night. Cool, man. I really deeply care about that. Ridiculous. So congratulations, Bronny James. Those are my 2024, 2025 fake awards. Congratulations to all involved.
Great job.
Put a lot of time into these.
Good work.
So congrats, everyone.